Bible, a book famed around the world as not only being the center of Christian thought, but also a cornerstone of wisdom. A book that one must approach with great respect for the complexity of the knowledge that lays within. Not everyone has done so, and this has often led to lazy misinterpretations that have blocked so many from unlocking the potentiality for development, utilizing what lines those ancient pages. Today, we will be talking about one of the stories that is possibly misinterpreted the most, the story of Noah. Found in the book of Genesis, Noah tells a tale of a child of God who is approached by the Lord and charged with the construction of an ark in response to a great flood he was to bring unto the world. Noah did so and saved 2 of every living creature on the planet so that life may carry on in the new world once the flood had passed. I'm sure you're very familiar with the story, but today we won't be analyzing the scientific truisms behind this somewhat apocalyptic event, as I believe that to be a futile exercise that does take away from us the rich lessons that can be learned within the story. To reduce such a story to something of no utility simply because there is skepticism as to whether it really happened is far from useful, as with any area of mythology and storytelling, it all depends on how you categorize the word. Have you ever found yourself engulfed in chaos? Perhaps a family member close to you dying or becoming terminally ill, or maybe an accumulation of events simply overwhelming you, so much so you need to ask for help. This is a common aspect of the human condition that all of us, regardless of race, color, or creed, will encounter during our lives. Well, in this case, chaos throughout the ancient world has often been represented by immense forces of nature or insurmountable foes, such as dragons. In the case of Noah, the Great Flood represents such a chaos. However, the important thing to remember about the story of Noah is that Noah was capable of saving others from the storm, possessing knowledge that the animals of the world otherwise did not have of how to build an ark and survive the chaos. You will have found yourself reaching out to a friend who say has been through something you have not in such times, and often that friend will be able to provide you and help you with information and advice on how to best get through the strife. This is in itself the very essence of what Noah was able to do. So what is the Bible trying to tell us? Throughout the Bible, you find moral archetypes, the standards of morality we should look to aim for, most notably when it comes to Jesus Christ, the human embodiment of the ultimate good. Traits such as selflessness and love are to be championed by the Christians who follow text. Noah, I believe, to be one of those archetypal examples in this story. It is not so much a historical event that led to our prolonged existence in a literal sense, but rather a call to individuals to be Noahs in their own lives. Should you see others in turmoil, and you possess an ark of knowledge, one has a duty to embody the spirit of Noah and to help rescue their fellow humans from the flood that has consumed them, so that they might live on and perhaps pass on that same ark to others in the future. The fact that this sort of wisdom is there in such old pages truly baffles the mind. It is an incredibly sophisticated piece of advice, as if we were to really take on the duty of selflessness and helping others seriously when they were beyond helping themselves. Who knows how beautiful the world could become? Who knows how much suffering and pain could be alleviated? I urge you to look closer at some of the lessons of the old world, as once you begin to delve deeper into the great stories of the past, you truly begin to discover moral truth that can provide you with a deeper understanding of life and the world around you. Of course, there are deeper symbolisms within the story, and I have diluted it heavily, but if you would like to learn more about Noah's Ark, I encourage you to look into some of St. Ambrose of Milan's work, particularly his sermons on the treatise of Noah and David, as well as his other writings. He explains how the sacrament of baptism was prefigured in this story, and how the wood and the shape of the ark, as well as the dove returning with the olive branch and the flood's waters, all share aspects of baptism. Incidentally, one of his pupils, who he indeed baptized, Augustine of Hippo, talks about Noah in his work, City of God, which is in itself a great read for many other purposes. Thank you for joining me today for a look at this section of ancient wisdom and mythology. Stay curious, and see you next time.